So Megan, what are the areas of competition at the state and national pageant?
Okay, so the good thing about state and national pageant is we have, for the most part, all the same areas of competition. So there are 7 categories altogether. There are 4 that are required. One is your introduction, your formal wear, and your on-stage question. Okay, those are required. Your 4th requirement is optionals. Optionals are your essay, interview, photogenic, and of course our favorite, state fun fashion. Okay, so introduction. Your introduction is the portion of the competition that is for your Little Miss up through your elites. And this is a simple, depending on your age, of course, you're gonna be able to talk a little bit more than if you're 7 compared to 30, okay? So your introduction can be something simple about just introducing who you are, what you like, your hobbies, things like that. You can talk about your platform. You can also talk about, agriculture within your community. And it really, especially with like the older divisions too, it's like a 60-second blurb. Okay, so it's not a 3 to 5 minute speech. It's not, 60 seconds. Who are you? Where are you from? What ag is in your area? And maybe what ag do you have experience with, So it's not bad at all.
No, and it's my favorite portion of the competition because you get to get in front of the judges and in front of the audience and get to show that you can advocate and have communication skills to get in front of people and talk, as well as I know some of the girls, this is a portion where they gain skills of being able to talk in front of people. So I know a mother that entered her daughter just so that she could learn to talk to other people and learn to get in front of other people and not be scared, and that is an amazing trait to have. Another required portion of the competition is formal wear.
Yes.
And formal wear is for all age divisions. We encourage that the tiny miss, the future little, wear short dresses, while the little miss through the elite can wear long dresses. And really, this is just a time for you to get out there, for the MCs to talk about yourself, and for you to walk and really just show your poise and creativity
and your confidence.
And your confidence, which is another skill that you'll gain when you join our program. So that's what formal wear is about.
All right, so then your on-stage question, and this is the one that everyone's like, what is gonna be asked, okay? Most often your on-stage question is gonna be a character question. Now, we do try to once in a while throw in a little bit of ag, but it's not gonna be like, okay, how many pounds of corn does Texas produce? No one knows that, okay, offhand. So, but they're gonna be like, okay, where do you see ag in the next 5 years? Like, they're very broad, so you shouldn't be stumped by anything. You shouldn't be like, I don't know how to answer this, things like that. But our on-stage question is for the Little Miss through elites.
And a thing to think about, the Little Miss and the Junior Miss questions are going to be like, what's your favorite color and why? What's your favorite farm animal, why? And then the Junior Miss could even be like, if you had to choose fame or fortune, which would you choose and why? If you were to take us to your hometown, where would you take us to? I really like the older questions where it gets into the agricultural, where do you see women in agriculture in 5 to 10 years? But those are also character questions. So thinking about all these questions, don't be afraid, as well as you have unlimited time. We might cut you off if you go over like 5 minutes because that's a little insane. But you do have limited time to get up there and express yourself and just tell the judges.
And this is really a great time because the judges are really going to look at, not say how quick you answer, because you always need to take that couple seconds to get your thoughts together. But this is your time where the judges are gonna be like, oh yeah, they can answer a question, they're confident, they know what they're talking about, So it's really a time for you to show your thoughts and who you are as a person.
Yeah, for sure. And the other thing is, I know when I ran for the national title, I answered my question not in an agricultural way. I showed a different side of myself, because throughout the entire day you're talking about agriculture, your passions, and your platform and stuff. And then the judges also want to see who you are outside of agriculture.
Yes.
So I utilized my question to tell them about my service sorority that I'm involved in, as well as a program that's near and dear to my heart. So there's options of how you can answer these questions rather than just, I'm an agricultural person. So it's another place where you can broaden yourself and show your passions and your career choices.
Yes.
So one of your optionals that you can choose as your 4th required is State Fun Fashion, and we are obsessed with State Fun Fashion. This is a portion where you just get to be creative and you get to show the judges like your passion in a dress, which is so exciting. So we'll give you some examples right now of our favorites. So I know one of our favorites is a Pennsylvania girl in 2018 was a Christmas tree
Coolest thing I've ever seen.
Represent the Christmas tree industry in Pennsylvania. I'll post a picture right now. So it's a Christmas tree skirt, and it just looked so glowing. She looked so excited. The other girls got to interact with her, and it was just super exciting. What was your?
I actually represented the mushroom industry because Pennsylvania is #1 for mushrooms, but most people don't realize it.
Yeah.
You know, so, I made a dress, had mushroom pods, mushroom earrings, and a mushroom mask. It's simple, but yet it told what I wanted it to tell.
Right. And I wore something simple as well. I represented Minnie Mouse because Walt Disney was born and raised in Missouri on an agricultural farm. And his first oil painting of Mickey Mouse the background was the Missouri landscape. So I incorporated that. But over the top of that, I wore an apron that included our seeds of our commodities in Missouri. But some other really cool State Fun fashion ideas, I'll just throw them out here real quick. We had a girl that wanted to represent the grape industry in California. So she had a dress that had grapes all over it. We've had girls, like the little girls who like to be little chicken farmers, and it's super cute because they carry their baskets with eggs.
Future Little right now, she represented the sunflower industry. It was the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, she was really cute. So, and we had a queen that represented peonies, and she wore a really fluffy dress to show the peony industry in Alaska. So this is a time for you to really engage. If you want to include your platform in this, then include your platform in a fun and creative way. And while you walk, the MCs will give a minute to a minute and a half like discussion or speech that you have pre-written that talks about your outfit and why you picked it for that day. So that's why we love State Fun fashion. And also the room just lights up when everybody walks in with all these creative colors and outfits and smiles. So State Fun fashion.
And that's honestly a time where I've learned a lot about agriculture industries that I'm not part of, just from that part of the competition. Like, you really get to see what every state has to bring and what every state has to offer. I love it.
Yeah. And another thing is we don't do a talent portion in our competition. And the reason why is because our talent is showing our commodities and our passions. So the State Fun fashion is our talent portion of the competition because you're getting out there and you're showing everybody what you created. And that's just so exhilarating. Another optional
is photogenic. So this one is pretty simple because you do it before you ever come to competition. So these are basically headshots, showing off your personality, who you are, and things like that. So you turn in an 8x10 at check-in, and that's all that's to it. So there's no really, besides getting your picture taken ahead of time, you don't really have to prep. You don't have to write speeches. You don't have to do anything. This is a very simple area of competition.
And with the photogenic portion of the competition, you get 2 free with your national entry. You can add additional photos, which we'll post later on after you sign up, how much those will cost. You do not have to compete in that because you can compete with your 2 photos. You can compete with 0. I know when I competed for the national title, I had 1 picture because I didn't have time to get really good pictures taken and go. But a lot of questions that we get is, does it have to be a headshot? Can it be a headshot with an agricultural commodity in the background? Can I be standing in a field? Whatever represents you, this is your time. This is your time to show us who you are. So we love headshots. They are really great, but we also encourage, if you want to have like the barn in the background, that's okay.
Yeah, just don't try to pick one that is still you up closer.
Yes.
We don't want one where we see the barn and you're like, this big.
Yeah, we want to see you.
So we still want to see you. So we're not saying, oh, it has to be from here up, but we still need a good portion of you in the picture compared to what is in the background.
And another question that we get asked a lot is, do you have to wear crown and sash in your pictures? You don't have to. If you want to, you can. There's no, you have to, you don't have to, you can't. If you want to wear crown and sash in one of your free pictures, and if you want to be a headshot in your other free picture, then that's you. That's who you are. So please do that. And as well, this is a additive portion of the competition that helps us break ties. And ties do happen, especially when we have multiple girls competing. So we highly encourage you to compete in this area of competition.
So another area is essay and resume. Do you want to hit on that?
Yeah, so your essay for the national pageant is just an essay portion. You get to write this before. It's a page long. You we will have those due before nationals this year because they are going to a different judge to get judged at a university. And that is your time to write down your thoughts about the agricultural industry and how it has influenced you. So the prompt for the essay will be released about 2 to 3 months before national competition begins. But it will most likely be along the lines of how agriculture has influenced you. And you get that whole page to write about it. I know when I made mine a little shorter, but I included a lot of information in a short period of time just because I wanted to get my point across fastly. So you do not have to fill the whole page, but you cannot exceed a full page. At the the resume portion of the competition is for the Midwest Queens who are competing for, the Midwest and the National Queens who are competing for the Miss Agriculture title. And we'll talk about the Miss Agriculture title a little bit later, but we give you your resume template and you just fill it in. The resume will have your queen resume. So when you attended events, when you read books at schools, when you created social media blogs and such, that's what goes on your resume. These are all the areas of competition, and I will post I will post pictures in the gallery of different State Fun Fashions, formal wear pictures, and some other examples of what is said during onstage introductions.